Today in video number 7, we're going to install the cable glands to run the solar cables through the roof, and we're also going to remount the solar panels. So that's the excitement for the day. Well, here's the solar panel from the roof, removed from the roof, and it's got the mounting brackets that was on there from Analogy, which I don't need because I've got this new roof rack that I built. So I'm going to remove these brackets and have to come up with something new to mount them to the T-slot aluminum. The roof rack that I made, I'm using these L brackets to mount the solar panels to the roof rack. So the idea is to have a stud coming off of the solar panel to fit through the hole in the L bracket, and I can just put a lock nut on there and it'll hold it on. So I have to make something to hold that stud on there. I've got an idea. I'm going to go ahead and make it, and I'll show it to you when I get done. Well, here's the finished product. It's just a 1-inch thick piece of aluminum with a 1/4-inch hole drilled and tapped in the middle of it. And it's 1-inch square. So I'll just put the screw up through the bottom there, or the top, whichever you look at it. Screw that on there. Tighten that down. And that'll hold it. All right, I've got the studs mounted into the solar panels and they're ready to mount onto the van. Now I've got to drill a hole in the top of the van for this rubber grommet to run the wiring through. Matter of fact, there's 2 holes. And I have 2 wiring glands that I have to mount to the top. Got to drill about 4 holes in each one of these and get them ready to mount. Then I got to get some goop to seal them up with. So as I progress, you'll see what's going on. Well, here we go. I've got the 2 wire ducts, glands, whatever you call them, sitting here on the roof. I've got them marked. I've got a spot where I want to drill both of my holes. So let's see how this goes. I always love drilling holes in the top of vehicles. What could go wrong? Well, one thing could go wrong. You have a dull drill bit. Let's try that again with a different drill bit. That's more like it. Now we move to a step bit, because we need like a 15/16 inch hole. Step bit. there we have it. One hole. I'm hoping it's 15/16. That's how I measured it to start with. I'm gonna go get a grommet and we'll find out. Here's the grommet. And just fits like I planned. What can go wrong? We'll find out. Okay, so I'll take that out, put a little paint on that place where so it won't rust, and I'll put the grommet back in. Gonna move on to the second hole. Well, what could go wrong? One thing would be I forget to turn the camera on and you don't get to see the exciting hole drilling in the roof of the van. The other one is you find out that you're drilling through kill mat, which is only goo held together with aluminum foil. So now I got goo over my step bit and I got to clean up before I can move on. So here we go again. Here's proof those holes actually got drilled. As a matter of fact, I've already painted them, and I have the two grommets and the wire duct, some tape to tape off where I'm going to put the sealant on, and the solar cables are going to go through this thing. This is the reason we're doing all this work. Grommets are installed, ready to start threading the cables into the van through the wire duct. Alright, I have the cables threaded through, ready to start doing the sealant and installing the self-tapping screws that will hold these cable glands in place. Well, the cables are in and sealed, and I'm ready to add solar panels. I just want to let you know this video has taken place over a course of 3 days, and I've already installed 2 of the solar panels and they're ready to go. So what I'll have to do is tie up some wiring, add the 3rd solar panel, and install an inline fuse, but I have not ordered that yet. So that's what we're going to do next, is install 1 more solar panel. All right, after 3 days of work, part-time of course, I've finally finished loading up our solar panels on top of the roof here. Got them all connected and all bolted down and ready to go. We're going to move inside the van and start working on that now. Before I go though, to the next video, I want to talk about this ladder here. This is the nicest little ladder there I could find. It's a collapsible, it don't take up much room. It weighs almost nothing, and it makes it easy to get up on the van. Whereas this monster here, this thing weighs about 50 pounds and it's hard to move around. It's good for heavy lifting, but this little ladder here makes my life a lot easier because I went up and down these ladders a lot, putting these solar panels on top. See you in the next video.